Recording.
This is your host, Otis Smith from Interruptions Podcast. Today, I got a treat for you all. As you guys can see, I have three lovely ladies here with me. They brought you songs like Juicy Got 'Em Crazy, We Like It, Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. You saw them back and went from being the crew, the main backup dancers for MC Hammer, and then they became a group themselves. I'm talking about the Voluptuous and Petite group, Oaktown 357. How's it going, ladies?
Hey, I like that.
Never had an introduction like that. I appreciate
I know that was nice.
Oh, I appreciate it. I try. I told Terrible T before you guys came on, I said the interesting thing about you guys here in Atlanta, I was telling her, my crew I rode with at the time, is I saw you guys video, I believe, like out of order. So like I didn't see like Let's Get It Started. I saw Pump It Up first. So when I saw that video with Hammer, you know, I was like, hold on, who is that in the back? Who are they? What they what look, I'm looking at you guys dancing, but I'm like, what they do? What they do? What they got to do something, because my crew, we weren't paying anybody think about Hammer. We looking at the women in the background. I was like, yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
that's how we became fans. That's how we became fans of 357.
Yes.
So
You know what, y'all gonna get me because I forgot. Hold on. I left something on the stove. I just realized.
Lord.
Go ahead and get it. I don't want to be interviewing. I don't want to be interviewing you burning the house. You wasn't burning chicken, were you? Because you know you can't be African American. You can't be black and be burning chicken. Now that's you know.
I wouldn't even take a chance on frying something. No, I had to interview, but no, this was vegetables. I just started smelling. I was like, oh my God.
You can't be burning vegetables either. How you?
Okay. When I tell you, just missed it.
Yeah, to add some water.
I'm about to say there wasn't no collard green way. You weren't burning no collard green way.
No.
Okay.
Not this one over here.
You know, you get your black card revoked. And look, you can't be living in the South not burning food. Now, you know that's a no.
That was nerve-wracking. But thank you for that information. That brief
But if you did burn it, you could just call it black and then keep it pushing.
Right. It's charboiled.
If you extra spices on top, blackened. Thank you.
Yeah.
Depending where your husband from. If you're from the South, that ain't gonna fly. He gonna be like, baby.
It ain't gonna fly. Yeah, it'll be a problem. Nah, I saved it. Thank you, guys. Smelled good, but I could tell. It was like, nah.
Well, that's a cook then. They know it's burning.
Oh yeah. When you smell it, yeah, use a cook.
Thank you.
My first question for you ladies is how did the three of you guys hook up, you know, meet together with Hammer? You know, like how did the three of you all end up becoming the main dancers that we saw in the video? In the videos, I should say.
Elder, you want to go first since you were the first there?
Right. It's almost like it's in order.
Okay, so I met him while we were dancing. When I say we were dancing, we were really just hanging out at this club called Silks. So that's how I met him. He was hanging out with Ace. They knew each other at the time.
Okay.
I didn't know them. I was hanging out with my girlfriends. So the new dance was out, which was the Cabbage Patch. And of course, he and Ace were on the floor, the dance floor, killing it. Had a whole, crowd of people watching them. And I was like, I want to learn how to do it like that. So I didn't go and say anything to him that night in the club. I waited until we left. And we happened to see him at the gas station. So I went and, introduced myself and said I wanted to learn how to dance the way he was doing it. Of course, he thought I was flirting. Police. Anyway.
That's a guy. That's just us. That's it. You say hello to us. We like, she like me.
Right.
Like, we got a good line.
He had a little pushback. Oh, really? That's what you wanted. Yes, that's all. Can we just, so we exchanged numbers and he did call and said we would meet back. And it was about 2 weeks later. So once we met again for the purpose of just hanging out,
Right.
it wasn't about him. Matter of fact, he wasn't MC Hammer at the time. So we met back, hung out, and then somewhere in just resting that night, we went to the bar. I don't drink. Well, I didn't at the time, but I don't drink. I'm just saying. But we just at the bar hanging out, and he asked me and my other friend Carla if we wanted to be in a video. So we said yes, and it started from there. So Carla actually was another young lady that danced with us before Lil P and Terrible T came in. Yeah.
And how did you?
And I think you only see Carla like once.
So then I come in the picture, and then as I was coming into the picture, Carla was exiting herself out of the picture. She had some other issues going on that she had to take care of. He met me at a club in Oakland called the Oakland Army Base. I believe it's called the Crossroads. And he had just finished, or they had just finished, I think, a show at the Coliseum, I think. And he came in, and someone on the DJ announced that, hey, we're gonna play this new song, and it was Ring 'Em. And I had never seen the Ring 'Em dance, had never heard the song. And again, he and Ace came in, and they were I was on the dance floor, so I really wasn't paying attention. And he and Ace started doing the Ring 'Em. And then my girlfriend, who I'm still friends with today, she went over to Hammer and said, hey, you should watch my friend dance. You should go watch my friend dance. So he actually did. They went, and he and Ace came and danced kind of near me, and they were watching me dance. And then I saw them doing the Ring 'Em. So then I took the Ring 'Em, and I was like, oh, I could do that. And I started killing the Ring 'Em dance. And they was like, oh, shoot. So it's kind of how it went. And then he goes, hey, what you doing? Let me get your number. I'm gonna call you in 2 weeks. I got something going on. And I was like, okay. He liked me. No, I didn't. I didn't say that. I'm just playing with y'all. But yeah, I said okay. And I was a pretty sheltered kid, so I was like, I gotta tell my grandmother. So my grandma might not let me go play with y'all. I told my grandma, and I said, you probably gonna be called. I told him that he was probably gonna be calling my grandma when he called me. Yeah, she answered the phone. Okay. And he called in 2 weeks. And I think a week later or a few days later, I met LD and Carla. And we started practice. Unbeknownst to us, we didn't know it was practice.
It started out with practice. There was no video. It started out with practices. Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of how it started.
Yeah.
And how did you come in, Miss T?
So in my case, I was at a club in San Francisco called the Palladium. Okay. And he was, I seen him up in the booth. And again, he was having a DJ play his song Ring 'Em. But I had a friend that was at the time his bodyguard. And his name was Lloyd, Big Lloyd. You gotta give a shout out to Lloyd. We were talking about something totally different, but I guess I was on the dance floor and I did this particular step, and I didn't get I'll call you in 2 weeks. It was nothing like that. I was special, sheltered. No, just kidding. So I went up to where they rehearsed, and at the time, Carla was still kind of there because I met her right before she was leaving out. But I came up to where they were rehearsing in Fremont to pick up Lloyd because I used to roller skate. Me and Lloyd used to skate. He used to DJ at the skating ring. So I came up there to see him, and it was like, hey, I seen you in San Francisco. You were doing this step. Can you show us the step that you were doing? I was like, okay. And his brother Lewis was like, oh, you're here to audition? I'm like, no, I'm here to pick up Lloyd. But he was like, hang around. And then he said, one of my other girls was leaving, and that's when Carla was leaving. He was like, would you be interested? I was like, okay. And the rest was history.
Let me say this, and I don't know how you guys felt about it, but it seemed like when you guys were off doing your own thing, and this is a compliment. I'm just getting off track for a second. It seems like when you got the three of you all were doing your own thing, and he had new background dancers. The difference between you all and them were, it looked like they were doing the steps, it's choreographed, it's the step. You guys look like almost like it was a competition in the back. Like he would do the step and you got it's like, yo, the hell, I can do that too. Like y'all was in the background, but it looked, nigga, you ain't saying nothing. And especially Terrible T, because I used to watch she would be like and pump it up. Like she would be like, you ain't the only one can dance, now. Like we so that to me seemed like the difference between with you all and the other dancers. The other dancers that came along, and many of them that came, they were just doing the steps that were taught to them. Whereas you guys weren't. It wasn't like y'all were trying to keep up. Y'all were like, hey, come on.
So you say
Well,
that, and yes,
yeah.
that we definitely. It wasn't like it was a concerted effort to do that, but all three of us, we would go to clubs unbeknownst to each other probably at the time and battle people, because people always wanted to challenge us. So we'd be dancing. So when we all came together, that was still the vibe we were always on. Like when we all went out as a posse, us three and Ace, we would be on the dance floor battling whoever thought they could bring it. But it wasn't like that's what we sought to do. That's just what happened.
I told you, I'm from the
So
South.
let me
can tell you.
interject just a little bit. I'm gonna interject just a little bit because I've always felt like Terrible T, Lil P, and Ace, they like to battle. I love to dance. I ain't got time to be competing with you. No, I'm not doing that. So my confidence was not like, yeah, I can take you on like that, but I knew I could dance. You know what I'm saying? So that's number one. Them two right there with Ace, go on and take it. I'm gonna let y'all do that. I'm gonna stay over her. But the difference between us and the dancers that he eventually got is two things. One, Terrible T, Lil P, myself, and Ace made it a thing to be a hammer dancer. Because what we did it so well. I want to be a hammer dancer. There was never the concept of being a hammer dancer until we became that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's number one. Number two, we had to teach them the choreography. So they didn't have the same attachment to it because we created that choreography. That was not created by MC Hammer. So he contributed it. We all created it together.
Right.
So when you do that and you create something, it belongs to you initially. Now you have to teach it to somebody else who doesn't have the same appreciation or attachment to it. So they're just regurgitating a little bit.
Or
and then
energy.
having to develop their own identity as they go along. We already had it coming into the situation. So that's
that's why I noticed that you guys were already, whether you guys knew it or not, you guys were already a brand within yourself, because the look, it just wasn't the same. Like I said, when you have, before you guys came out as a group, when you have you guys dancing and you got people watching y'all, just as it's kind of like Soul Train. Like, yeah, you want to see the guests that's on Soul Train, but you are looking at the dancers and remembering some of those dancers that became iconic dancing on Soul. And that's what you guys were at the same time, And so once it became all the other dancers, it was just more like a big theatrical stage type thing. Whereas you guys, you could tell it was a crew, and like you said, with Ace back there, because Ace was giving the same energy. Like, you ain't the only one. But well, hold on now.
Hey, look here now. And look, and Otis, to segue that, people may not know, but I created the Running Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
That dance was
created. That dance was created as the Black Radio exclusive. Back in the day, it was called BRE. And I think I was dancing with a Houdini dancer. I can't really remember his name. I want to say it was Stretch, but he was doing this little slide thing with his feet. And I took that little slide he was doing, and I started stepping with it. And it looked like I was running. So I didn't know what it was called at the time, but I took it back to practice. Like LD just said, I took it back to practice. And Hammer was like, P, it looked like you running. It looked like you running, P. I'm gonna call that the Running Man. That's how that dance came about.
Let me be the first one, or
Amen.
Thank you for that, because the thing about that dance, you could do it in place, then you could turn with it, you go to left or right, and you had your head like you killing it, like
But you know what's crazy? Because you did bring up a good point just now, Otis, but let me just say, it's all over there in China. They acting like they done came up with this dance.
Calling it the shuffle.
Thousands of people exercising, doing the running man. It's not, y'all didn't come up with that. Y'all didn't come up with that. You got to give it where, give the flowers where they do. That's what I'm saying.
And so thank you, Lil P, because you had everybody from clubs to high schools to bands.
Right.
You had a whole lot of, think about it, people started off dance routines, starting with the running man. And then they would go into whatever. So thank you. Because I did not know that. So hey, that needs to be acknowledged.
Yes, it does.
Thank
just
you.
Like,
and then you just put your own energy in it. And it was just the energy back then. We had it.
Oh yeah, back in the day, you had to be in shape to dance. Now, let's not lie.
Baby.
Yeah, you had to be in shape back in the day to dance. You could, now it's just, 2-step. But back then, you had to be in shape.
You was jogging. He was jogging back then.
Let me ask you guys this: what was you guys feeling from when you started to become from just the dancers becoming on the mic? So like once Hammer heard you, Lil P, rapping a tune, and then you said, okay, well, if I'm gonna do this, then they need to do this with me. And so now you guys putting a group together. What was that like for you guys to say, hold on, wait a minute, now this be a little different. Now we on the mic. We ain't just dancing now we're on the mic. So now we got to have something to say as well as still perform, So what was that feeling like for you guys?
Well, for me, I was terrified.
Why we both said for me at the same time?
Okay. I was gonna say
it's a group thing. It's a group thing.
I was terrified because I pictured myself a dancer. I hadn't really come into my whole I'm a rapper persona. So that was my feeling.
For me, I mean, it was the same because you're so used to dancing, you're so used to doing this. Now you got to hold that mic, and it's like you be wanting to dance. Wait a minute, I got to say my line. Because then the music start feeling good to you. You be like, wait a minute. Oh, juicy. Oh, my bad.
Girl, go ahead and do my part. Girl, go do my part.
Right. It was a big transition, for me, because it's, I dance with my hands. So it was like, okay, now I got to get used to dancing with that mic and doing my lyrics and still, giving my all. So it was different for me.
Yeah.
Loved it, but it was different.
It was interesting because I knew he was grooming her, like, he was really nurturing her and working with her. And we had gone to, was it
Great America?
Great America, yeah. And she was in the singing booth and had recorded some stuff and just sounded amazing. So I'm like, now this is a term they use for me because sometimes I zone out. So I was like, doity, like whatever. She's gonna be working differently. She's gonna be rapping, she's gonna be doing her thing. It's gonna be Lil P. I'm not concerned. I'm having fun. I'm in the sound booth doing a little something too, whatever. We just having a good time. We're just having fun with it. So I thought she was good with it. I knew she was a little nervous, but I thought she was good with it. I think Terrible T, for the most part, she was like me. She wasn't doity, but she was like, whatever, I'm just here to dance, right? And then when it came around to, hey, this is Hammer in my best Hammer voice. hey, Lil P said, if y'all want to do it? I was like, ruh-roh, what? Sure. Like, what the hell? Okay. What I'm gonna say? No, like I'm here, so why not? So we get in the studio, and what was funny too is I was around my cousin who was with Graham Central Station, so I had seen recording studios, and they always attracted me. I never thought I would be on the mic recording anything. So that whole experience was like, oh my God, I sound a mess.
the
You know
reason
what I'm saying?
the reason that story has always been fascinating to me, because when you guys came out, now you're thinking like, oh, okay, I see. He had them dancing first, and then they were gonna come out, but that really wasn't the thing. Y'all were like, nah, y'all listen, don't take this the wrong way, but y'all was like Ebony and Players Club. Like, nah, I just supposed to dance. I just supposed to dance. I just supposed to dance for y'all.
I want to dance, you know.
Oh God.
You talking about
Well,
rapping?
I mean,
Hold
yeah, I
on.
think we did. We just wanted to dance. I mean, we were open to that, however far that was going to take us. But you adding some extra stuff, sir. Are you going to pay us extra? Like, what does
That's
this entail? You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
That part.
it was real interesting. It
did
was
you guys
real interesting.
did you guys also realize at the time, and maybe not, but as far as looking back now, maybe like even the picture behind me, my backdrop,
Mhm.
that look, that was like when you saw a female look like that, you was like, oh, okay, she cold. That look you guys had is confident, strong, sexy. And at that time, that's basically what young dudes at that time in the 80s was looking for, you know. Did y'all
Right.
realize y'all were putting like a style on it for women as well?
At the
No,
time, I did not.
no, we didn't know that. A lot of it came from practicality. What can we move in? What's not going to show
Yeah,
sweat spots? And
yeah,
then
Yeah, that's why you got to wear black. Yeah,
and
that's why
just
black.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and what was comfortable. So we
See,
didn't
I
think
look like
about
I'm managing y'all. See, with the black on the back, and see, look like we were, that
That's
we were
right.
all
That's
together
right.
back in the day.
fit right
That's
in, fit
right.
right in.
And them
MC
sweat
Otis.
spots
That's
was
right.
it was serious. The sweat spots were serious.
The
They was
sweat
taking us
spots
out.
were serious. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we had to figure that out.
We figured it out though.
It
Hmm.
it took me to have daughters to now understand the you guys being in a group, whether it was dancing or whether it was rapping,
Hmm.
just the whole thing that females have to go through, just being a female, and now
Yeah.
you gotta perform, you gotta do all this stuff. It's like, okay, all right. So I don't think people understand that, far as the males, far as not understanding that, and it's not always about the hair, because like one of my questions for you guys was like, how did you guys deal with being sex symbols? Because the minute you guys, formed hips, breasts, all that, you've been getting hit on.
Every
You ain't even had to be in the group to get hit on, right?
Right.
And so I can imagine,
Nice
and
little
I
P.
wanted to know what was that like for you guys trying to be in this industry, dance, whether it was just dancing or as the group. And then you, like I say, you know how we are. Y'all say hello to us. We like, okay,
We go together.
Well,
okay.
we were sheltered. We were sheltered as a group, so we didn't really experience a lot of it because in the background we were
Hmm.
told a lot of things as far as what to do, what not to do. So we weren't upfront with a lot of things as far as being able to hang out. And it was, no, go to your rooms, you want to be refreshed, you want to get rest, you don't want to be hanging out here and people attach your names to things. So a lot of that, finding out we were sex appeals and all that, we didn't really get, you know, because
Y'all
we
didn't look
had
in
to
the
go to our
mirror.
room. Daddy said go to the
What?
room.
Y'all didn't look in the mirror.
So look,
Y'all didn't?
one time I'm gonna do you guys remember this? I don't know if we were in Virginia or Kansas. I can't remember which show it was, but I think we had did 1 357 show, I think, but I'm not sure. However it went. But do you remember this guy stopped our bus and he had posters of us, and the bus probably hadn't been moving yet, but he got in front of the bus in the window and was
Yeah.
screaming,
Yeah.
Sweet LD, Lil P, Terrible T. Ah! And I
Yeah.
was like, what is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
That was the first encounter, I think, that told me like, okay, so we're on to something, or they're on to us.
That's not gonna get you on. I could have told him that. That's not, brother. That's not gonna. They think you crazy. They think you crazy now. See, that's
No,
was
I
like, oh
think
my God.
I don't think the sex appeal thing
Mhm.
was one of the things that we were trying to do. I don't think we were trying to be sex symbols. I don't think that we understood that that's what was happening.
Okay.
Honestly, the outfits that we chose, again, was for practicality. We needed something that was going to last through that show, whether it was 20 minutes to an hour. We needed something that minimized how we sweat or you seeing the sweat.
Right.
And then something that it fit our bodies, didn't matter what we were doing, it moved with us. So the biking shorts were one choice with the tops, and then the wide belts. The pad leather shoes were easy to move in.
Right.
Everything was about practicality and functionality. It wasn't about being a sex symbol or sex. I mean,
look, oh, we about to kill them with this.
Yeah,
no,
we about to, we drip. We got our drip going. It was none of that. We just out here trying to, get the job done. And later on, when you find out, and not fall out of the outfits. But when you find out that part of the reason people enjoyed coming to the show was because they wanted to see Oaktown's 357. They like looking at us. I was like, oh, but that wasn't, something in the forefront of our minds that we have to do this. That wasn't the deal.
Because because I always told my daughters this. I said the difference between that era and they're 25 and 26, and I said back then, see, if you was fine, we knew you was fine. You could wear jeans and we knew fine. It didn't matter, and so. Well, what you're saying, it's the same thing. You guys were just trying to put outfits together to be able to dance and do what you needed to do. But we, the men, we're looking like, oh my God, look at, ooh, so it just, that's the thing. When you find, you just find. So it doesn't matter what you have on, but it doesn't.
It doesn't
amazing.
matter.
It's just amazing to hear from you guys that your mindsets, you didn't know that, because like Terrible T said, you guys were sheltered, you was trying to perform, be professional, do your thing. And then on the outskirts that you guys didn't know is that you guys had a fan base of men who, if they could,
if they could, that's why we couldn't hang out in the lobby, because they had
I mean, and even as far as like even the makeup, we weren't really into makeup because of sweating. And Hammer did maybe an hour and a half show, so we wasn't into, okay, we gotta have the lipstick on. We might have had it on at the beginning of the show, but we didn't go back and freshen it up.
Well, you don't have time.
It is what it is.
Man, I gave our makeup artist such a hard time. I feel so bad.
We all
now,
did.
But I was like, I don't need all this on my face. Ugh, I hate red.
I know, the red lipstick was, that was horrible.
That's an 80s thing.
Mel Peters and his red lipstick.
That lipstick was horrible. So and then I had a unibrow. I had a unibrow and I had a mustache, and they were always trying to adjust stuff and fix my. I was like, listen, Linda. So yeah.
But see, that's the difference between back then and today. See, back then, man, we ain't caring about all that. Girl, don't worry about that. We don't even worry about that. Don't worry about that. Now, I would say I ain't gonna lie, men back then, ain't gonna lie, we was worse than these young fellas today, in a sense of, that's why we wasn't worrying about that. We trying to get to what we trying to get to. Worry about that. Don't, and Cat Williams was right. Real dudes don't be, that stuff don't matter. That's we ain't paying attention to that. So you came along at the right time. Came along at the right time.
Gotcha.
Can you guys talk to me about the movement that you guys created with the dance? And as you guys were in your height, did you guys started to see people trying to emulate what you guys had created, and you guys knew at that point, like, we done started something?
Oh, it
like
was
the Running Man.
Yeah, like seeing the Running Man, because looking out when you're on stage and the lights hit you, you know, you can't really see everybody, but when you look down and see kids that are at the concert, or you know, even adults that were doing the Running Man and loving the show, that's a wonderful feeling. I mean, that's how I felt, because it was in, I want to say, Cleveland. These two young ladies kept trying to get my attention. They were in the front, and they turned around and they had two T's in the back of their head for Terrible T.
Oh,
That
wow.
was the most amazing
Wow.
thing, because our hairdresser at the time, Sharon, would always hook us up with, you know, with the crimps, and she would put
And
the
them
two T's
crimps.
in the back of my head. And just to see two young ladies out there like that, and they were pointing, it was wonderful. It was amazing.
Yeah, and the way they dress, like you'd see them out there with the patent leather shoes, with the big
Mhm.
ribbon bow shoestrings, or the leather
Yeah.
jackets with the biker shorts, or the whole body suit. Yeah, that was a movement. I remember the clothing changed.
Yeah.
You guys had everybody wearing biker shorts. Guys, guys,
Yes.
we were wearing biker shorts. You
Oh
know,
yeah, Ace used to kill them biker shorts.
Yes, he did.
Ace killed them biker shorts with his little fanny pack.
see, oh, hold on, wait a minute now. Lord, you done said the fanny pack. Lord Jesus.
I forgot about the fanny pack.
Baby, I got a fanny pack now.
But the fanny pack was for y'all. I mean, even just the name fanny pack, like.
Well,
Hey,
some
it
people
was a
had to use
man
it to
fanny,
cover.
a mini
It was a
pack.
bad
bag.
fanny
It's a
pack.
hip
It was a
bag.
mini
Oh no,
pack.
I
It was
remember.
covering up.
Yeah.
Get him a little hip
remember.
bag.
No. See, here in Atlanta, I'm gonna tell you, we wore biker shorts for different reasons. we wear them for different reasons. So yeah. I mean,
He wore
at
them
that
for the same
time,
reason.
yeah.
He
That's what I'm
did.
saying.
He
See,
did.
He wore them for the same reason.
I always
Yeah,
tell
he did.
people we don't. Men and women got to just stop this acting like no. There's certain things men can do, certain things women can do, and sometimes when we can wear something that's unisex, you're wearing it for two different reasons. You know, so, so
In a sense, it's the same reason.
oh Lord,
Mhm.
is that the same?
Do
But
you
I
think
will
I'm
say this.
sexy?
I will
Backside, front side, same reason.
hey,
Backside, front side.
hey, I will say this
Side-eye-tay,
though.
side-eye-tay.
If you play football though, you would want to wear biker shorts because you had
Right.
the shorts over your pads. And so, like you said,
Mhm.
kind of like you guys being on stage, you can move
Right.
without
Right.
being restricted. So in that they were cool for that. But like what you say, it was for the same reason, front side, back side.
Same reason. Front side, back side, same
The
reason.
same reason. Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
guys feel that the talent that you guys have, do you think that the record label, even Hammer, or just the whole clique at that time, do you think that they really didn't see the whole talent in you guys? Do you think they were more so looking at, okay, from Oakland, he can't be the only one coming out. We got to have something else coming out because we got to make this whole movement about Oakland, right? But not understanding that these ladies are actually really, really talented, and we need to tap into more in what they can do.
Oh, go ahead, LD.
Yeah, go ahead,
Well,
LD. That is a you question.
That's a heavy question. I think
No.
it was more of being clear of the agenda. I don't think we were all clearly, I don't think the agenda was communicated to us clearly about the purpose of Oaktown's 357. Let me just say that. So when we were offered the opportunity to become the concept group of Oaktown's 357, if you ladies are okay with me saying that, Hammer apparently had the name Oaktown's 357. He already wanted a female group. He's already working with Lil P. She's gonna be solo. So me and Tab are fine. We're, what have you, but he decides to, because of P wanting it to, Lil P wanting to do it with me and Terrible T. He seems to want to now put us as the group Oaktown's 357. So he's not auditioning anymore. He takes that name and now we become this idea of Oaktown's 357, which is great. I mean, now we're gonna make this work. So our minds and understanding and activity has to change to now come to what is it that Oaktown's 357 is going to be, look like, sound like, you know, how we're going to dance, all this stuff. We now have to step up to the plate and become, we got to marry those two, right?
Right.
That's where we are. It's all about work. Okay, work. Another role, but we're working. I believe their agenda behind it was totally different. So I think, if I'm correct, young ladies, y'all correct me, but I believe they were shocked at how talented we were. I believe that they were shocked at how well we stepped up to the plate. I believe that they were shocked at how well Capital enjoyed and was pleased with Oaktown's 357. And from that, they were like, oh shit.
Let's pull the plug.
See what I'm saying? So there was a movement.
They exceeded our expectations, and we can't have that.
We understood the assignment, even though it was thrown upon us. We understood it, we accepted it, and we superseded that. But with that being said, they didn't understand the movement that Oaktown's 357 contributed to. They saw Hammer's part of it. They did not understand Oaktown's 357 being the women that we were, contributing to that movement of artists coming out of Oakland. You understand what I'm saying? So that became an internal struggle there. But yeah, once they unleashed
Capitol
us,
Records,
it was ready.
I really believe Capitol Records seen it.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. They saw it. Yeah.
They saw it and they wanted to explore it, but it's just, you know, when you're dealing with a male dominant
industry,
yeah,
not so much industry, but management.
Oh well, that too, for sure.
With your own management company, and it's predominantly male, and they want to run everything, and they see it going in a different direction, or you going in a different direction, and it's almost like your child growing up. You still want them to do what you want to do, but they need to explore, and it got shut down because they were like, oh no, because if they've already exceeded what we thought. If they have a voice, if they have this present, then they can tell us where to go and what to do. And we can't have that.
So they didn't know what real management is then, because
correct. That's what
management, real management, just like you relate to parenting, is that at first it starts out, sit down, shut up, do what I tell you to do. And then you move in more into a mentor and coaching aspect because now your child has its own vision and ideas. So now your job is, okay, what's the best way to execute what you guys are trying to do? That's what good management does. What's the best way? Let's find the best way to execute what you guys want to do. That's why I knew there was a difference between when you guys started with Hammer versus when you had all these other people, because we knew the fan base knew, looking at like, who are they? That's why the question was asked. Who are they? Because what they say, you don't know what it is, but you know who have it and who don't have it.
You don't, right.
And you guys have it. And it was like, okay, because by you guys having the passion of just wanting to dance, it came across, you know, in the videos. And it was like when you guys was doing the video, Turn This Mother Out, and you guys were back there with Ace. Man, y'all had me back home. I was like, hold on, I've been not trying to. No, that ain't gonna.
Don't hurt yourself.
I was like, that was funny. I did have the same outfit that Hammer had. No, the same outfit Hammer had on at the black outfit. My cousin had it. He had got the outfit from Germany. But the thing was, because I was slender then, I looked better in it. And so you guys also ushered another style in along with Guy, which was, if y'all remember, the patent leather shoes, no socks.
No socks, right.
which the kids are bringing it back now. But I was like, oh, that's old. That's passe, baby. That's old.
Right.
We already,
That's
we already
passe.
wore that. That's passe. Yeah, we already wore it. We already
We
rocked
did that
that.
already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did that. Y'all need to come up with something
Yeah.
new. And you guys, and that's what I'm saying. The movement you guys had. I knew you guys were having an impact, a real big impact. One night, me and my boy Orlando went to the club, and he had on the hammer pants. I was like, what the? You gonna? I mean, what? Because it was the club we were at. We were at a club that was, it was more older, more people who was like 35 and older. And you know, like
When hammer pants appropriate.
yeah, we
Right.
22, 23. I'm like, well, what you doing? The women gonna know you young. I look old.
Okay.
They gonna know you young. Come on, man. Come on. But that's the type of impact you guys had, that people were trying to dress like you, the style that you were portraying, wearing, and you guys were just, like you said, being practical.
Yeah.
Just trying to be yourselves. Like the hairstyles. I remember those hairstyles. That's when you felt like, okay, she fly. And a lot of times it's visuals that you see from a video, and you trying to find that same female in your community, looking for somebody like that, and that's the impact, you know, that you guys had without you even knowing it.
Well, I mean, even with us not really realizing that part of the impact, there's a gradual maturing that takes place when you have something put in your lap, like being part of a group. It's a different responsibility. So we're thinking that's the natural progression. We're going to keep growing in this and becoming better and more mature. And as we wanted to exert that and exercise that, they were like, "Yeah, no, don't worry about that. We'll tell you where to go and what to do. Yeah, don't worry about it. You can ask questions. You can, be curious, inquire about certain things." But they were like, "Yeah, don't worry about that. We got you. You don't need to know about that." So it was still just show up and just, be, but you don't have to know about anything. And I was not comfortable. Let me just say that. I was not comfortable with that. Yeah.
Well, that's because I think hip hop, just like Motown in the 60s, it was new. So artists was trying to be stars. So now you ain't think about no business. You just figure I sing, rap, whatever, I'm gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? Everything, my vision, we creating everything. You just assume everything's going to fall into place. And then unfortunately, you have to start learning the business the hard way. And then you start looking at people sideways because you trusted them. And basically they were just using you for whatever their agenda is. And then you kind of left like, well, I be damned. You know,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Just out here.
That sums it up right there. I be damned.
But we didn't assume it would fall in place. We asked questions. We wanted to be about our business. We did ask questions. So it was no assumption.
Well, not that you didn't ask questions. I'm just saying, like, you have people around you, like you putting this thing together from the beginning. Because let's be clear, because like I said, I'm gonna give you your flowers. I'm old enough to remember when y'all came out. Now I wasn't there like at the dance. I ain't gonna lie, I would have left because I know y'all rehearsing too long for me. I mean, for y'all to be rehearsing in the morning and then y'all still rehearsing, the sun go down. I got the steps. All right, I got the steps. I'm going home. Pick it up tomorrow evening. Not even tomorrow morning. Pick it up tomorrow evening. So for you all to do all that and was part of the original movement. See, that's the thing that when I say you guys don't get the credit you deserve, people forget you guys were the foundation of the movement. It started with you all. It didn't y'all didn't jump in the middle, jump in the way. Yeah, no, y'all were the original crew from the beginning. And he had to see, here's the thing what people are missing about you all. He had to see something that all you guys were doing individually when he met you to say, hold up, you know what, let me get your number. I'm gonna call you. Let me get your number. I'm gonna call you. You guys had to be doing something on the dance floor on your own for him
Exactly.
to see what I'm saying. That doesn't.
Yeah.
People take
Yes.
that likely. I don't think when he met you guys, y'all were the only females in the club. It's venture to say with some other people in there.
Yeah, with
So
some other people in there. You're absolutely right.
you guys caught his eye and stood out. So you were part of that foundation. But you know what's interesting about a good foundation is that when you change the foundation,
Mm.
then the house
Starts
doesn't.
to crack.
Sink.
You left a good foundation. It's just like,
Right.
when you leave home, your mom and dad give you, or grandmother, whoever raised you, give you a good foundation. And when you start to stray away from that,
Yes.
you start to see yourself going the wrong way. And what's funny, the difference, it should have been a comeback. I messed up. It should have been a comeback. I know that didn't happen. We ain't got to go into that. I know that didn't happen.
Okay.
I'm just putting it out there
You're
because,
very intuitive, sir. You're very
Thank
intuitive.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
hey,
Thank
I
you.
know, you know why? Because have you noticed fans like how something first starts? Even
They
Mhm.
if
do.
even if you think about New Edition, think about it. Love what Johnny brought, a more mature sound.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If you notice, the fans always go back to Bobby Brown, man,
Yeah.
because it was what they saw at first.
At
Right.
That's
first.
what captured the
Mhm.
imagination. And when you start changing stuff out, it just, the fans be like, I mean,
I
I
mean,
mean, to
it's all
me,
right.
yeah, I'm about to, that's what it's always.
I mean, it's all right.
I
It's
mean,
not the same.
It
Mhm.
ain't the
you can
original
take a man
sauce.
get married. You can take a man get married. He get divorced. If that was a good woman, he get divorced. That second wife,
Mm.
she
This ain't the
alright.
same.
She
I
alright.
mean,
Yeah.
she all right.
Alright. But then, my sister had told me I better not ever get divorced and bring another woman around. She said I ain't gonna like her.
I'm just
Like,
telling you right now.
But
So I ain't gonna like her.
yeah, that's how I got trapped in my marriage. I'd fool around.
Wait.
From from
Wait.
I got
That was
got
the wrong way, sir. That was the
listen.
wrong way.
I got three sisters. They love my wife. Before my mother passed, my wife and my mother were best friends. So yeah, I was thankful that I
yeah.
had, all those type of things. But she the only one I trust. So trust me, there's too much going on out here now. I can't.
Yeah,
Right.
you got too much rubber stamping. 3 sisters and your mom loved her.
I know.
She good.
Yeah.
And I got 2
Mhm.
daughters.
Oh,
Amen.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by females.
You
Right.
surrounded by the females.
But God's doing a new thing because I only have one granddaughter and the rest are boys. So
Oh,
Oh
New
my
thing.
gosh.
yeah, because I say I'm getting old. Somebody got to lift this furniture and move stuff. I can't keep doing this stuff. This ain't-
right. Right.
How
The
are
man
you
through you.
guys? Are you guys happier today than when you had all that fame at that time?
Wow. Yeah, you got some good questions.
I would say for me, yes and no. Um, I was happy because I love to perform. That was my happy. My that was Terrible T.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible T now loves the growth, loves the knowledge of it, the understanding of it, what I wish I would have had back then. But to go forward, I know better, so I can do better.
Gotcha.
You give me the opportunity, I'm gonna show you better.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's probably a yes and no for me too. I am definitely happier now than I was then. However, the time spent in the happy moments of 357 and Dancing with Hammer, they were still priceless. That
Yeah.
those laughs, that those days that we just hung out as a group and everything was moving into a certain direction which we thought was a positive direction at the time. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was some pretty exciting and happy times. So
Mhm.
the way it all came to like a little halt not so much. And once
Right.
you realize that all those happy moments leading up into that halt were kind of manufactured, and maybe we're just kind of, let me get what I can get
A
out of you.
blur?
Give me what, look, give me what you're
A
good
blur?
for. Look, give me what you're good for right now. I'm gonna make you happy, but really, I'm going this way.
Mm-hmm.
But you are gonna get me that way. I may not be taking you with me, but you don't know that. So stay happy right now.
Right.
So
stay in the moment.
So it's kind of hard to say if I was happier. I'm definitely happier now, but I
Yeah.
did have moments back then that
Gotcha.
were
Gotcha.
priceless. And then, I still get to talk to these two crazies.
I got a question to ask you about these two, but let me get your come on. Come on. You don't get to say what they said. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that.
No. I'm gonna say yes and yes. I'm happier now
Mm-hmm.
than I was back then. And the reason is because I don't have to deal with those people that didn't appreciate my efforts. I don't have to be concerned about whether they're going to respect me, or, if I can go and assert myself if it's something that I don't like and they're calling me out of my name. I don't have to worry about having stress when I go home from the tour. So what I'm happy about that took place then is that it showed me I had a talent I didn't realize I had. It showed me that I can survive through a stressful situation and I can thrive. So it showed me that I could grow when pressure's put on me, and that I could produce something that's amazing, that's now lasting a lifetime. But am I happier now? Oh, hell yeah. Because those people did not respect who I was and what I did and what I contributed and what we
Right.
made a movement and what's still lasting. They have no rights to me right now. They have no control over me right now. Nothing that they could say, do, or whatever that would tear me down right now. It's all me. It's all mine. And I can talk to them anytime I want to. We can argue, fuss, and fight, or we can laugh, joke, and have a good time on our own without them. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And whatever I make now is mine. They don't have a hand in it. I'm not beholden in no contract. You don't like me, I don't like you either. You see what I'm saying? However it goes. But yes, I'm way happier now. Way
Yes.
happier.
Now, Lil P, I got a question for you about these here. Yeah. I got to ask this question, Lil P. So, Lil P, when you sitting at the house, right, and you chilling, right, and then this song "Juicy" come on, right? What you know what did you call them, like what the hell y'all talk, what y'all doing over there? What's going on?
I was on Juicy, so I was in the studio recording Juicy. So
Oh, you was in the, okay, you just wasn't in the video.
I was in the first album. The whole first album is me.
Okay.
The first album before, I think they may have remixed a few songs, but the whole first album is me and the girls, me and them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
she was in the original concept of Juicy and everything.
Look, I even got one solo song on that album.
Yeah.
Okay, just not that video. Okay.
Right.
I wasn't in.
And we wrote Juicy. Let's put that out there too. We wrote Juicy. So
we wrote Juicy.
We wrote Juicy on our way to San Diego. Hammer had a appearance at a skating rink, so that's when we contributed. We wrote Juicy. Juicy had its own wings. It's just when it came to the video portion of it, that's when we just did a remix to it. But P was definitely on there. She's definitely on Juicy. You go back to the first album and listen.
That's Lil P, Sweet D. Listen, I was telling Terrible. I had a partner would come to work every day singing that song. I was like, dude,
what?
Dude, what's wrong with you? What's wrong?
That is hilarious.
I was like, okay, he must have ran into the right one, because he
had him crazy.
He couldn't get it out. That is one of the best player songs I heard from a female's. Yeah, because people miss the end and say, hey, just whip it out.
Passing out that juice.
But
it was time.
Yeah, it's so funny. The reason that song always stuck with me, because like I said, I'm my dad's only son, and every time I hear females, especially like I remember when my father passed, and years that went by, my mom was talking about like if she was gonna remarry, she was talking about, well, the first time I married for love. Now the second time that he gonna have to. I was like, and then that song would just jump in my head. Like I was like, well,
That's funny.
like women be like, nah, brother, you gonna have to love, maybe love one time, the second time. Now you gonna somebody gonna have to come with some
Come off some
coins, some of the
coins.
coins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna need some coinage.
Okay.
Here's another one for you guys. I just had two more questions. What did it feel like for you guys? No, not. Let me say it this way. What does forgiveness feel like for you guys? Because you guys have had an opportunity to forgive people who wrong you, and understanding that you know, like I can forgive you and not trust you. You know, I can forgive you. I
There you
trust you.
go.
I can
There you
forgive
go.
you and not trust you. But still forgiving, did that settle anything on the inside with you guys? One, to say like, you know, that you're proud of yourselves, that you at least got to that point to forgive. Because, you know, we talk about forgiveness, we talk about how God mandates forgiveness. And I always say everything ain't that easy to forgive. Now, yeah, gotta forgive, but it don't mean that it's gonna happen today. Might not even be tomorrow, but you know what I'm saying? Because it
Might
depends
not be
on,
next week. We gonna have
yeah,
to
because
Yeah.
it depends how deep, you know, that cut was. But how was that for each of you guys to be able to look back and know and say that, you know, that you moved on, like you said, but you forgave those people too for hurting you guys for various, you know, reasons.
Well, for me, I'm sitting here living, breathing forgiveness because these two forgave my ass for leaving because they talking to me. Because I needed some forgiveness for that because I had to go because of what was going on back in the day. So y'all forgave me and I appreciate y'all. Y'all so sweet.
Aw. For me, I think forgiveness has layers to it. So it comes in waves, and it depends on how deep that PTSD is.
Baby.
I call it post-traumatic hammer disorder. That's what I call it. So PTSD. But it just depends on how long those triggers last. You know what I'm saying? You have triggers from stuff back then. And people, I've had to stop watching certain comments on social media, or feeling like I had to prove that, you know, I didn't do this, or that I had to step away from that. I had to step away from expecting that if I said I apologize, or if they said they apologize, I'm thinking, well, we're cool now. You know, we're going to work on having some type of interaction when that doesn't happen. So, you know, I apologize doesn't mean that we are going to, you know,
No,
work
it don't
together.
mean
It doesn't
no,
mean that.
no.
So that's why I said it's layers to the forgiveness. But once I get to the point where it's like, oh, okay, I'm cool. Like I'm all the way cool. We don't have to interact. We don't have to communicate. We don't have to do nada. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. But it's layers. I have to grow to that depending on, like you said, how deep that cut is. So yeah, today where I am, I think I'm in a good space because I've had to forgive people, and Terrible T's had to forgive me because I'm over here trying to corral all of us together. And Tab's like, hold on, player. You know what I'm saying? who you think you is, player? And I'm kumbaya. I'm like, okay, I got it, but can we kumbaya? You see what I'm saying? So we've all in our different ways had to forgive each other and forgive other people. But yeah, I just think right now where I'm at in 2023, we got too much we could be doing right now to be worried about any of that, you know, so let's focus on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, you want me
Nah,
to answer
yeah,
too?
yeah, you
It's your turn.
this ain't
Why
this
you
ain't high
playing?
this
Why
ain't
you
high
playing,
school.
player?
This ain't high school where
Can
you
I
talking
answer
about
too?
what she said.
Um,
This ain't high school.
well, it is kind of what LG said. Is kind of,
What she
you
said.
know, what Lil P said. But for me, I, like she said, there's layers.
Yeah.
I have I guess this jar where I have to put everything in and turn that lid. And once that lid gets released, then I'm not a very nice person. So for certain people, I have jars. I have a jar for Hammer. I have a jar for Lewis. I have a jar for a lot of situations, busted records. I have a lot of jars that I had to put to the side to go forward. And LD kind of opened one of my jars and was like, hey, Hammer wants you to come to the show. He wants to talk to you, do it. And I'm like, for what? It's been 20 years. This man hasn't reached out, hasn't said 2 words. The last time we seen him was we're standing in a parking lot and he drove away. And that was
That's
it.
the kumbaya me. That's the kumbaya. I have to be accountable for that. So
Right.
I open
That's
up
her
the jar.
kumbaya. So
Right.
she was like, no, I did it. I had a conversation. It made her feel better inside. Whether, it healed, but it made her feel better. I said, okay.
Okay.
So he happened to be in Arizona and I went. And to be honest, I actually got into an argument with my husband because he was like, why? He don't care to hear nothing you have to say all this time. And I was like, no, I'm going. And at the time before my father passed, he was like, no, you need to go. Like LD said, you need to get off your chest. So me and Hammer had a conversation and it went, well, to an extent. You're still not being accountable for some of the things that he's done, but I got off what I got off. I closed that jar. It's over to the side. Hopefully it doesn't get kicked over and cracked. But you have to find a space and a lane to go forward without even fully forgiving. You just say, I'm good.
That's right.
I'm good.
Well,
I'm good.
Bruh, I'm trying not to laugh. This is supposed to be a serious moment. She's all kicked over and cracked.
Well, see, that's terrible
that's
T though. See, see, she got to throw that little humor in there because that's how she copes.
Those are the moments I was talking about right there. Them back in the day moments. That's them.
Hey, listen.
I gotta throw it in there every time.
Ain't mad at you, T. Ain't mad at.
No,
listen.
me, I'm gonna come straight with it and still try to, you have to laugh.
Look,
yeah.
Otis,
if you don't, you're gonna sit here and cry, and make yourself crazy because you did everything possible. You helped build a foundation.
Yeah.
You helped create. He might have had the vision, he might have had the thought, but you still needed everybody to make it work.
Yeah,
so
it's always a team. It's always a team effort.
Yeah. And last time I checked, Hammer wasn't spelled with a, with an I.
You stupid.
I did it.
Oh Lord.
Last time I checked.
There's no I in team.
Well, Kobe said
ain't no Iron Hammer either.
Kobe said
ain't
it
no
is
Iron Hammer.
Kobe said it is in win though. Ain't no iron team, but it's one in win.
The win.
That's what Kobe said.
Otis, I'm sitting over here with a busted Achilles.
The only thing I can give Hammer is he gave me the opportunity. He gave me the opportunity to show the world what I can do. 357 show, but you still took it away. So I thank him for giving me the opportunity.
Of course.
I thank him for showing me discipline as far as the rehearsals and, to an extent, is just be perfection at what you do to an extent.
Y'all did
but
that.
But you still, at the end of the day, took it away. Whether you laid it on somebody else and, well, he took over, I gave him. At the end of the day, you still are accountable for what you did. I believed in you.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you, well, not ask you guys this, but I know I always tell people the difference between myself and you all is that people know who you guys are. And and I say that in a way of I had an opportunity to make mistakes behind closed doors. You see what I'm saying? That
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and so I look at it sometimes that all you all of you all were young. Sometimes we think just because I'm 25, 27, 28,
Oh yeah.
I know what I'm doing. And when you talk to your uncles, aunties, grandmothers, they like, you just a baby. And when you think about it now, at the age that we all are now, you can look back and say, oh, they was right. I was just a baby. You thought you was grown. You was just
Right.
of age.
Mm-hmm.
So I say
Right.
that to say, T, that sometimes, and I don't even know Hammer, but sometimes we make these mistakes and these moves
Mm-hmm.
that are we think are going to benefit us as individuals, right? And we haven't stopped to think who we're hurting. We're looking at I'm advancing, I'm moving. Okay, I know I brought y'all in, that's old now. We moving on, we doing other stuff. Y'all go over here. And we don't think
Mm-hmm.
it's like
It-
it's really not registering how LP feels, Terrible T feels, how Sweet feels. It's not registering until
Right.
unfortunately sometimes we get older and wiser. That's why men sometimes it hurts when we have a daughter because now see you can never say to a guy, well, think about the way you treat me, think about would you want somebody to treat your mama like that? Well, see, he doesn't look at his mother like that. That's why it doesn't register. But when he gets a daughter, now the game has shifted and now he understands that the way you was doing somebody, you don't want that somebody to do your daughter like that, do you?
Right.
And I
right.
say that sometimes it's just you think he might have thought he knew what he was doing and he really didn't know. I always tell people I'm never excusing behavior. Sometimes it needs
Mm-hmm.
to be explained. But Ayana, I saw a show, Ayana Event Fix My Life, and I saw she said something very powerful that helped me in my own life. She said that sometimes where we get stuck in a place is that we're looking for the person that hurt us to agree with us. And sometimes it's not going to be
Right.
an agreement. You just need to get off what you needed to get off your chest. And
Right.
once you get it
Mm-hmm.
off, it doesn't matter whether they agree with you or not.
Yeah.
Just get it off your chest and then keep it moving. Like Sweet said, you can forgive, but it don't necessarily mean that
We cool.
we
Cool.
cool or we gonna
Right.
be hanging out. Cause I probably don't even trust you no more. I forgive you, but don't mean
At
I.
all.
Yeah. All of that.
You know what I'm saying?
At all.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
So,
LP, you said you over there with
oh,
with
so
the
look,
Achilles here.
I fully ruptured my Achilles. Now, as harsh and horrible as it is, I get two crazy sending me messages, just making me crack up laughing. T sent me a message today on a scooter. Somebody crashed on their scooter because I'm on a knee scooter.
Oh Lord.
So they just don't know. Y'all don't know. Y'all be just giving me little life over here. Sitting over here cracking up.
See the amazing thing, LP, when you said that, Lil P, when you said that they had to forgive you, the interesting thing is that it all started with you though,
Yes.
and the foresight for you to say, cause let's be honest, you know how we are sometimes, our people. You know how it, girl. I'm gonna get this solo. These niggas want me to get it jumping, girl. I'm finding,
Right.
and they were
Yep.
supporting. They were supporting. But the interesting thing is, you said, "Nah, look at if I'm gonna do this, I need my girls to do this
That's
with
exactly it.
me." So you
Mhm.
formed a sisterhood, and I always tell people, I wonder, are you really friends if you can't have a disagreement? Are you really friends?
Right. Right.
Real
Right.
friends can disagree and not talk for a minute. Well, girl, I ain't like what you said. Well, I ain't like what you said. Or,
Yep.
or then one of y'all can probably like, okay, you ain't like what I said. Get over it. Look, what
That's
you doing this
LD.
weekend? Yeah, see what I'm saying? What you doing?
That's LD.
Yeah, go on, get over there. I know you mad. You know, he pick up the phone. I know you mad. Stop now. Come on now. I know you mad.
That's LD.
That's
Like
me.
the fly on the wall. This is crazy.
But you know what? This is the funny thing. I will apologize. I will apologize.
Yeah, you can
Yeah, I
apologize.
do that, but I'm like, listen, we got stuff we got to do. Can we just come on now? Can we come on?
Cause real friends understand, okay, that's T. T, I know you mad, right? But you always mad. So listen, this is what we finna do. This is
Yeah,
what
he
we
know
finna do.
us.
Yeah, listen.
He know us. That's
I
hilarious.
don't have any biological brothers, but my brothers that I know, we all sung in the same church choir. And so, like I said, like my little brother Richard Wingo from the group Jagged Edge, when I interviewed him, he kept saying, see, he know me because he ain't said Wingo one time. He keep calling me Richard. I said, well, I know you as Richard. You know, and when we were growing up and he was that little kid following us, we used to have my boy Keith. Keith would get an attitude and then Keith wouldn't say nothing. And then it would take LeVar to say, I know you mad, come on, get in the car. And we all are still friends to this day. True friendship can survive an argument. I'm just glad that you guys are one of the few groups who didn't let the industry destroy a good friendship and can still be good friends. And that doesn't mean that you guys talk every day or like you all are in 3 different states and
Right.
still like you said, they calling you, making you laugh, and you got this sports injury. I don't know why you have a sports injury, torn Achilles. I don't know
I
why.
was doing the running man.
She was doing the running man
I was doing the
outside
running man, and it was
See?
and
an
a big rock
uneven surface, either a rock
and a
or
big
uneven
rock
surface. Okay, and
and
she
a
saw
big
it. I
rock,
didn't see it.
a big rock
Yeah,
jumped
I hit.
underneath her foot.
You didn't
Damn.
you didn't know you won that girl behind me? You didn't know that? You didn't know that?
Shoot, I was killing it like 15 minutes before that.
15 minutes before, but see, you didn't fall like you fell back then. Your fall was totally different back
Woo,
then.
baby. Achilles surgery show is humbling.
It's
It
all right.
is.
It's
I'm
all
good.
right.
I'm
I
good. Look,
think
my little heel, my foot going like this. Come on, move, baby, move, move. Come on, you can move.
hey, it's better than your foot being turned backwards. I
You sure is
dislocated.
right.
Yeah, I dislocated my ankle once. My foot was turned back.
Oh.
You
I
was
thought that.
coming and going, huh?
Well, sometimes you just shouldn't call people out their name because God has a way of humbling you, and you can be mad, but don't use them words no more.
Okay.
God
Right.
got a way of, God has a way of getting your attention. He has a way of, let me talk to you for a second. Matter of fact, you know what? You're not gonna listen, so let me
That's how
break.
I feel right now.
Let
I
me
feel
break
like
you
you
so I can
talking
talk
to
to
me
you.
for a second. Look,
talk
sit your
to
ass down for a minute. Let me tell you
Sit
something.
down. Yeah. Can't go nowhere, need help. You got to think about every move you make now, don't you, little V? You got to think about it. You can't just jump up.
I
You got
got
to
a
think
little knee
about it.
scooter. I got a little knee scooter. So I'm rolling around the house. You can call me Scooter P right now.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what's gonna
Scooter
happen
P.
when you start walking again? You're gonna always look down when you walk. You're gonna look
Watch
You
out
don't
down.
for
pay
them.
attention.
Because
You
you're
ain't
gonna be trying
paying
to make
attention.
sure
Oh, God.
Watch my
that you
foot. Watch
don't
my
fall.
foot.
Any rocks, any uneven surfaces? Okay, we good. Running man.
You're going to be walking with a sweeper, sweeping,
Oh.
making sure nothing's in the
And
Okay.
that's gonna be T talking about, come on, girl, get on step now. You over there still looking down.
Look, it might be some uneven surfaces, girl. Let me check.
Oh, jeez.
That's gonna be in our rider. The floor has to be swept
And even.
even.
I'm looking
Yes.
for either the documentary or the movie.
Oh, wow. I
Wow.
would love to do a movie as long as they don't have no crooked wigs. I'm fine with the movie.
Baby,
They always do these
we
movies
yeah.
and them wigs be looking a hot mess. So
LD's doing a movie
I am.
October 13th. Don't you
Oh,
got a
Oh,
red
what?
carpet premiere?
With Sean. With Sean.
I'm so mad at
yeah.
you, LD.
No, the
I'm
poor
so-
thing.
Shout out to
I
Sean Hunt. He
forgot
made
I
this
am.
happen. She's
Girl,
like,
I
girl, I
forgot
forgot
about
about
it.
I forgot about that movie.
It's a little brief cameo. It is. So I'm in the
You
movie.
said I forgot about that movie.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Sarah T.
yeah,
She
because
remembered.
I'd rather you guys tell your story while you're here and not leave it up, because Lil P, trust me, everybody needs to know and give you credit for starting that dance. And
Yes.
if you guys put, and trust me, it's so as you know, so many you got Tubi, you have all these different, all like that, black these places for content, and I would love to see you guys put um your own movie out and tell your own story, because you guys already know if somebody else tell it, it's gonna get rewritten. It's
Yep.
not
Yep.
it's not gonna be told right. So, and Sweet, you already know a filmmaker. You already know a filmmaker.
Holla at my boy. Holla at Sean. See
I
me
let
talking about.
I
Holla
let
at
Sean
Sean.
I let
And the
Sean
good thing is, Terrible T has it all locked up here, honey, LD.
It's in a
Oh
jar.
Lord.
She got it in a jar. She's got to open the right jar.
and,
Red
the
jar.
re- and before I let you
No, but
guys
my memory on a lot of things, like where we were at, what we were wearing that day, what we were doing, LD be like, "Oh yeah, let me ask Tabs," you know.
see, and the reason I want you guys to tell it, because if you remember, after NWA came out with their story, look who came right behind them, was Michelle A.
Oh, bless her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Michelle A was like, hold on, wait a minute. I was singing back. I was kind of, and y'all you didn't mention me. So sometimes you got to put your own story. And then she went out and put her own story. And matter of fact, I think the same person can play you, Lil P. Actually, the same person can play you. I believe she could play you.
The
Play
same
Because
one that
she,
played Michelet?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
small, petite, short. She could. I think she same skin tone, same skin. Yeah, I can do the. I can do the casting. I can do the casting.
I know that's
Who can
right.
play Terrible T? Who can play
I know
Terrible
that's
T?
right.
hmm. I'm looking. You. Oh, you know who can play you? Oh my God, uncanny, Big Les.
Big
Ah,
Les. I was gonna
yeah.
say
Oh,
that.
remember?
I was gonna say you gotta say Big
Yeah.
Les. That's my
Yeah.
sister. That's my sister from
Yeah.
another
We
mother.
love
Yeah,
Big Les.
yeah. I've interviewed Big Les twice. Yeah, yeah. That's who get. And matter of fact, it would be interesting because she could also be the same person to with herself and other two girls that would play you out. She could do the choreography to make sure that they had you guys steps
Oh yeah.
down, because
Mhm.
she gonna whip them into shape, like, yeah, hold
Oh
on,
yeah.
come here,
Oh
baby,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
that's not
Now who
no.
gonna play LD? Who you got playing LD?
Oh Lord.
uh
I don't know.
I'm
I don't
trying to
have a
think.
lookalike.
Well, no, I'm not exactly wait a minute. No,
It's a
she's not.
perplexion.
She's not. No, it's not I thought about her, but they're not tall enough. I don't think she's tall
Oh,
enough. The young lady, what is her name? She played in BMF. She played she played in Acrimony. She was the young girl before
Mm.
we got to Taraji P. Henson. She was the
Oh,
younger.
okay. I know who you're talking about. Yep. I can
Uh,
see that.
I just can't think of her. I just can't think of
y'all
her.
gonna have to show me who she is. She cute.
Hmm.
I ain't
Okay.
picked nobody ugly. You ain't heard me say nobody ugly. You ain't
Who
heard me
said she cute?
mention nobody ugly.
As long as she cute, I'm okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she
She
also
cute.
played in the movie with Gabrielle Union where the house was broke. She played Gabrielle Union's daughter. The house was broken into. She's been in a
I remember that
few.
movie.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. She played the daughter. It's
Yeah.
the same. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same girl. It's the same young
Yeah.
lady. She could or but nah, then she would have to wear a wig. But she might could pull it off. Drew Sidor.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Bruce Adore.
Mm-hmm.
She
I
played
can see.
T-Boz in the TLC.
I
She played
I can
T-Boz.
kind of see that.
I can see that.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
have to look her up. I gotta look her up.
Oh, I know. I know. I told you I can cast, baby. I can cast. I could cast, you know. It's just
I
at the
got this.
But you
and
had it right on. You
Well,
had it
she
right on when
cute.
you said Big Les.
yeah, I was just thinking, Ted, I was just looking at all y'all, and people just started coming to, you
Because
know,
everybody always say that we look like sisters.
Yep.
They used to think that in the industry. So me and
yeah,
Big Les said, yeah, we both we sisters.
yeah, and yeah, she could pull it, and she's still flipping every time I see her on Instagram. She's still flipping and doing all this stuff. So she's, yeah, you can, but you guys need to really, you know, think about trying to put that together, and you know, and tell your story, because you guys had a movement and you contribute mightily uh to hip hop. And so you know, I would do I would do a movie, and then you could come back after the movie and you could do a documentary right behind the movie, you
I
know.
heard that.
And like Sweet said, that's be y'all money.
Right?
For sure.
Because you
Yeah,
wouldn't.
I'll talk to Sean about that because I think that's an excellent idea. It would be a lot of fun. That'll be
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Hmm.
So I would love to have you ladies back on again. Usually when I bring guests back, I pair them with somebody. And what's in my head now, I would love to bring you guys back on with um Force MDs.
Oh, wow.
Oldies.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I interviewed them. I would love to have them back on with you guys and see how much fun it would be to talk about hip hop in those early stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that, so
That would be
yeah.
fun.
But you ladies, please stay safe out there, and continue much blessings. And I just want you guys to know that we love you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate
Thank you
the
so
interview.
much.
Great
Thank you.
questions.
Thank
This
you.
was a great interview. It's by far, I think, one of the best interviews I've ever done.
Yeah.
Well, I told you we are
I had a
gonna have
lot
a
of
different
fun.
conversation. Yeah, we're gonna have a
Yeah.
different conversation. So I saw a lot of you guys interviews, and people kept asking y'all the same question over and over and over. And I told Sweet I was not going to do what some people do to you guys, where it's supposed to be y'all interview, but every question's by Hammer, and it's like, what the. Well, if you're gonna do that, you should have just went. What you need them for? You know,
Nope.
like, and I know people have done that to you guys, and I wanted to make sure that this were you all's interview, and wanted to see what your thoughts were and what you guys was feeling as you guys were going through and remembering your careers and what you guys, you know, are doing today. And you guys are still beautiful. You guys are still a treasure, and never lose sight of what you guys put out there and what you guys accomplished, even though we didn't get a lot more of what we would want it to have you know, seen from you guys, but you guys did have an impact. You guys really did something, put something out there. And you know, I'm sure all of you guys can, you know, look at your kids and, you know, be like, mama was cold back in the day. Now, don't get it twisted. Now, you know, mama all on YouTube. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, let me get it.
Oh,
Let me get a
that was
video for you.
good.
Let me
Man,
get a
let me show
video
you.
for you.
Let me
Let me
show
get
you
a
a video
video.
of your mama.
Yeah,
Let me show you
let
a
me show
video of
you.
your
You
mama.
don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was somebody before I had y'all. I was somebody.
Right.
Look, it's about to get
Listen.
loud in my house right now. My grandson and my daughter coming in the door.
Yeah.
Wow, they ready
But,
for you.
yeah, but definitely we still have a lot more to do. As far as 357, you know, Terrible T, Little Piece, Sweet LD individually, but as a group, we have more to give. We just need to get
But let
out there
but let
and
Lil P heal up first. Let
Yeah,
um,
I got a
a
year.
couple of these huh?
what you say?
You gotta hear.
I got a year to heal.
A
Yeah,
year.
Oh,
yeah.
you gotta heal.
Yeah, she got to hear
Oh
now.
yeah.
Yeah, we got, unless y'all want to do it like Michael Jackson did on the Soul Train Award, just prop her up in the chair and then just let her go.
I'm down.
Right.
She can do that.
Scooter P in the house.
She can do that.
Just make sure she don't move. Like, girl,
Right
just
on
sit
that
there. Just
scooter.
sit there. We'll play the
She
video.
can put that mic
Mm,
right on the handlebars of the scooter and be in business. Moving around the stage.
Lil P, don't
She can
go
do
too
it.
close to the edge of the stage now. Don't go
I
too
mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
right.
And that's it.
They be like, oh my gosh, she's so dedicated. She came out on the scooter.
That's our people.
The show must go on.
Because you know
Show
somebody
must go
gonna
on.
say that too. That's our
They
people.
are. Somebody is gonna say that.
So the
for
girl,
sure.
look, I got they. Ooh, look at she
Oh,
just
she's so
just
sweet.
dedicated, just dedicated. Just came out there
Right,
hurting
that's
everything.
dedication. Then the
Lord
next
help
show we
us.
get to, somebody gonna have a scooter in the front with little peas on it. They be like, see,
And Lil P, you'll know it's me out there because I'll be the one like, what the hell Lil P doing out there all hurt up with the cast on? Girl, you need to sit down somewhere. You a grandmother. What the hell you doing?
Oh
That's
I'm
how
telling
you'll know I'm
you.
out there. That's how you'll know I'm out there. I'm
You
like,
need to
y'all
sit
too
down
old for this
somewhere.
carrying on. I'm gonna be the hater. Y'all too old for all this. Y'all
Just
too-
carrying
He's
on.
gonna be a
I know that's
hater.
right.
Yeah,
Oh,
you,
no.
hey,
Look,
you
Look,
got
I
to have a
5%
hater.
on this battery.
Right.
You got to have a
You
hater.
You let them
I got
come right
5%
now
on
and
this
talk about,
iPad.
we want y'all to
You
do
got what?
something. We
Lil
gonna
P,
figure it
5%
out.
on this iPad battery.
Your iPad about to go dead?
Well, go on. Like I said, thank you for blessing me with the opportunity to interview you guys.
Yes,
Stay
I
safe,
love
Thank
it, love it.
stay
you.
blessed, and we love you.
Thank you,
Love
Otis.
you.
Peace and blessings. Bye, y'all.